Hey everyone, it's Sarah and I am here with another Freckled Fawn Friday for you. So every Friday I'm going to be posting layouts that is going to be using exclusively my Freckled Fawn embellishment kits, and I will be pulling paper from my stash, but everything else is going to be from my Freckled Fawn kits because the kits do not come with paper, they're strictly embellishments. So this one is going to be an 8.5 by 11, and it's going to be a layout that's going to go in my album that I'm doing of my husband and I when we were dating. I kind of realized that I didn't have any layouts done of when we were dating because I did not start scrapbooking until after we were married. So I've never gone back and documented, the big story of us falling in love, because that's kind of a big deal. So I figure I should go ahead and do that. And it is going to be in an 8.5 by 11 album, so that's why all these layouts are going to be that size. Okay, so I have my background paper there. That is from Pink Paisley. And then I have a couple of 6 by 6 papers. This one right here that I had cut in half, I cut those two patterns in half so I could be able to see both of them. And then the pink one that says Love, that's from Amy Tangerine from her Plus One collection, from a 6 by 6 paper pad. And then the large blue strip there is actually from Studio Calico from a package of one of their products. I think it was a large stamp or something, but I really liked the print on the back of the packaging, so I kept it. So I'm using it as a layering piece here. Okay, and then everything else is from Freckled Fawn. Actually, the notebook paper that I have there, that's from a Smash album, from a little mini Smash book, and I just like the blue on it, so I use that to back my picture. So all the papers are from my stash, and then all of my embellishments here are from Freckled Fawn, including that little cork saying that says Our Story. So I'm going to go ahead and do my journaling first because that's really important, and I'm going to put it all along here, so I want to make sure I have enough room for it to fit. And I'm writing and I'm making mistakes left and right. I've already made a mistake, and then right here I make a big mistake that I cannot fix, and it makes me mad, and I'm thinking and I'm like, okay, how am I going to fix this, because I cannot write over it without it looking like crap. And I don't know what I was thinking. I was trying to write Valentine's Day and I started writing Thanksgiving. Like, no. Not right at all. So I'm like, okay, I can't really fix it, and I don't want to cross it out because I just don't like that. So I'm trying to figure out what I can do to kind of make this work. So I end up finding this little dot here that has a heart on it from my Freckled Fawn kits, and I'm going to use that and kind of just make it look like it was supposed to be there. And then at the end, I will add another little dot from the same sheet as well. Just to kind of make it look like it's supposed to be there, like it was kind of sprinkled in there and I'm writing around it. So no one has to know except me and all my subscribers and YouTube. Okay, so the story behind this picture, this is one of my favorite pictures of me and my husband. This was taken a couple weeks before our wedding. And the story behind it is that my husband proposed to me at his basic training graduation, but he didn't have a ring because he was at basic training graduation and they they couldn't go off base or do anything like that. So he proposed to me, and we had been talking about getting married anyway, so it wasn't like a big surprise, I guess, when it happened. But he didn't have a ring for me, and he said, I'm going to save up some money and I will make sure you have a ring before we get married. And I was like, okay. I didn't really care as long as I got to marry him. But this was a couple weeks before our wedding. Like I said, we got married around Christmas time, right after Christmas, because he had Christmas leave, and that was literally the only time we could because he was a brand new airman and they could not take leave, just anytime they wanted to. It was kind of assigned to them. So we got married on his Christmas break, and so he came home for his break, and we had about 2 weeks before the wedding, and I didn't have my ring yet. So I was kind of wondering when it was going to happen, and I knew he was going to surprise me with it. I knew he wasn't, he was going to make a big deal about it, and he did. So this picture was taken one night. He said, I want to take you out for dinner, dress nice. And I was like, okay. And he took me to the restaurant where we spent our first Valentine's Day. So that was really special. And I was kind of thinking maybe he was going to give me the ring, and he ended up not doing it that night. And I was like, okay. And then the next week, he took me out again. We didn't have any pictures of that night for some reason. I don't know why. But he took me out to a restaurant where we used to actually work together. I was a hostess and he was a busboy in college. And it was right on the beach in Pensacola. And there was a really nice pier out back. And after dinner, we went out to the pier and he gave me another gift that was kind of related to our wedding. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And then he like knelt down to put it back in the bag because he had it in a bag. And he knelt down to put it back in the bag. And then he kind of stayed down there. And then he actually like officially on one knee proposed to me and gave me the ring. So that was a very special time right before our wedding. So this is really the best picture that I have of that time, even though it wasn't the exact night. But when I look at that picture, it's what I think of. So that's going to be kind of the part in our album where we're getting engaged. So as you can tell, I put a lot of stuff on here while I was telling my story, but all of that is from Freckled Fawn. So I have the badge that says love, I have the felt layered heart, an ampersand, some word strips there, and these enamel dots, and then the 2 little dots that I put in my journaling there. And that's it. That completes my layout. This one went really fast because it was an 8.5 by 11, so those tend to go a little bit faster for me. But I have some close-ups coming up here for you. Please let me know if you guys have any questions at all, and I will leave a link to the Freckled Fawn embellishment kits as well if you guys want to go check those out. Okay, hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you again soon. Bye.